Joe's older brother. This is my brother Kevin, the oldest and shortest brother. And
That's true.
first off, I'd like to thank my parents, Pam and MJ, for a beautiful rehearsal during last night. Give it up for them. And the cocktail hour, which was great. Wine flowed like water. Water flowed like wine. It was awesome. It's wonderful. And Dr. Iams and Dr. Captain Iams and Mrs. Iams for this beautiful rehearsal tonight. Before we get started, I do want to. This is the reception. Thank you. I do want to acknowledge. Steve asked before we went on. He asked Nir Hirschstig, the guy that sang and played the first song, if he needed to be introduced. And Nir, of course, being Nir, said, no, I'll just play. But that's ridiculous, because that was awesome. And I want to give it up for Nir. But I want to, I'm very honored to be, I'll stand over here for feedback.
Yeah.
Over here. I'm very honored to be one of Joe's co-best men. It really, this really helped sum up our relationship together. About 8 months ago, I was on the phone with him, and he's telling me, okay, who I should invite to a bachelor party in Vegas, what days we should go, where we should stay, and I was like, am I your best man, or? And he, without hesitation, just said, well, of course you're my best man, idiot. I was like, all right, great, thanks.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Good. Right to the point.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, so as most people probably know, and I'm sure Joe knows, he's my favorite of my two younger brothers.
True.
Yeah. So when Joe was young, he was kind of short and he was really fat. And, okay. And then he grew up. He became a young man, strong, tall, athletic. He handsome, yes, absolutely. He takes after his big brothers. And then he went off to Xavier and became a high school history.
Dev, that's me. You're describing me. Yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm your friend.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm short and fat.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh my God. Okay. Hey, second's pretty good though, right?
That's top. Hey, that's
Top two.
Top 100%.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Oh man, I got nothing now. I
Don't worry about it. I got like 50 health cards here.
Let me have some.
Take whatever you want.
All right, sweet. Okay.
Just let me. That's too mean.
All right. That is too mean. We
That's
cannot
too
say
mean.
that. That's too mean.
You know, if Mom wasn't here, this would be a lot easier.
Yeah. Bob, could you step out for just That's too mean. Hey, what about that one?
It's 2015.
Yeah, we can't say that anymore. Okay. All right. I don't think any of these are gonna work.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Well, you guys used to play ping pong all the time. You guys always loved that,
Yes,
right?
we did.
Yeah,
We did.
Yeah, I mean, I believe you cheated 100% of the time.
Every time I won, I cheated.
Yeah, okay. That's what I remember.
Which
I
is
remember
pretty
that.
much every
Yeah.
time we played, I was a cheater and a liar.
Yeah, so that's how I remember it.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys know Joe, but he's a bit competitive.
Just a tad.
He
Just a
doesn't
tad,
like
you
to
know.
lose.
Yeah.
And so usually when I would win, it involved some type of cheating, which is impressive in ping pong. I'm not sure.
I don't know how you do that, actually. Not really sure.
Or he had the bad paddle, or he was on the bad side of the table. The light was out. He ate too many carbs for breakfast. Didn't sleep well the night before. Or when he had no excuses, it was just well, it's ridiculous. I mean, last night I hit the shot and landed it every time. Now I hit that, it's going over every time. But always the gracious loser, he'd always make sure he said, it's literally nothing you're doing. You have not won 1 point tonight. I have lost all of them.
You're not even involved in the match.
Yeah.
You're
And
like not even there.
if you've ever seen Joe when he's a bit competitively hyper, laughing uncontrollably, is not the best response to that. So usually we would fast forward 20 minutes. I'm grounded and in my room because Joe was a crybaby and she not happy. Mom would be like, Glenn, what did you do? I'm like, I beat him 21-5, Mom. He sucks. What am I doing? He's not good at this game. And Joe's like, he's a cheater. I hate him. He's the worst. Where's Kevin? So he doesn't take losing very well.
No, not great. Well, speaking of losers, have you been to a GW frat party before?
I tell you what though, it is a little strange seeing them in their environment.
Yeah, their natural environment.
I walk up, I feel like there should be like a pane of glass.
Just like binoculars and
look at it. I don't tap the glass.
So yeah, I mean, I know when Joe started dating Jamie, we were pretty impressed. We're like, wow.
Yeah, I'm still impressed.
We're still a little impressed.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah, so we were like, wow, like, dating Jamie, it's pretty good. Then we, saw the rest of his frat, and we're like, well,
Yeah.
there's not a whole lot to choose from. He's kind of like the best of what's left.
I mean, Katie Rassicott knows what
She knows what we're talking about. Yeah, there we go.
But Joe's never been one for like self-awareness.
Yeah, I mean, you guys see how he dresses, right? I mean, all the pastels and the pinks and.
JoJo has more pastels in his closet than a high school art teacher.
That's probably true. That's probably true. And then the really short shorts. What are they called? Chubbies. That's right, chubbies. And I assume they're very comfortable.
Yeah.
A lot of lunging and stuff. But I assume he wears them because with his bleach white thighs, no one can actually see it because they're blinded by the whiteness of it. It's like looking into an eclipse.
Yeah, you can't look right at it.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the only Marine that goes out in public ready to sweat to the oldies.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pouring ready to go.
Richard Simmons is making a mint off those things. So absolutely.
Where he figured out Richard Simmons lived and his short drawer was, I don't know. But you'll have to clue us in.
There he is, though. So, in seriousness, though, Jamie, we are so excited and happy to have you as a member of the family. Already, the interactions you have with both our wives, it's like you guys have been sisters for years.
Whoa. Yep. Close to the mouth.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, close to the mouth, away from the speakers.
Yep.
It's like you guys have been sisters already. And we're just very excited to have you. You're a strong, smart, beautiful woman, and you make our brother the happiest man on earth. And that's all that Chris and I have ever wanted. And Joe, we're gonna be nice now. It's gonna be nice.
It's cool. Look, we could go on for days.
Yeah, we can go on for a long time.
But we're gonna cut it off.
We can talk later. I'm sure you all have your own stories.
Yeah.
But when I was thinking about what I wanted to tell you here, when I went off to college, I'm 7 years older than Joe, and he was a little kid. He was my little brother, and that's how I thought of him. And then I came back from college, and I did a year of classes at home before going to medical school. And I spent the year with Joe. Now Joe's a sophomore in high school. He's a different person. And, instead of a little kid, Joe became my friend and my brother. And since then, he's been one of my best friends. And we've been on many adventures together to Peru and Tokyo and Seoul and Vegas. And I hope we have many, many more to come. And I love you, and I'm so proud of you.
I'll get serious for a moment. I do want to say, as you can tell probably, the Caldwell boys have a weird way of showing our love to each other that usually means demeaning and pointing out all the insecurities and weaknesses of the other one. And I mean, God bless Jamie. Her brothers are great guys, and they don't
really nice.
do those things. Jeff and Josh are just really, really good people. And so when Jamie started dating Joe, she had trouble adjusting to the dynamic. And I remember she shit on you. And now Jamie didn't give me much material, so I usually have to really grasp for something. But I remember it was 6 months in, and Joe walked up to me. He's like, "Hey man, that thing you said about Jamie's hair, she's not taking it real well." I was like, dude, I was joking. She just woke up. It was like sticking out the side. Am I supposed to just ignore that? I mean, it looked ridiculous. And then he was like, if you could just take it easy on her. I said, you know what? If this is for real, then I'm not doing that. I'm not selling her a bill of goods that she's going to cash in and then have buyer's remorse on. So, but in all seriousness, Jamie, you've been absolutely fantastic to Joe. You're extremely intelligent. You're very kind. You make him, like Kevin said, extremely happy. And one thing I've noticed throughout the course of your relationship, one thing with a husband and a wife, is you really always want to push each other to be the best version of yourselves, and sometimes that takes a little humility and self-reflectiveness, but I can see that in Joe. He's become a better man since dating you, and he'll continue to become a better man now that he is your current wife. That's not where I am said.
Husband is what you're looking for. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah. That's why there's two of us.
Yeah. But in all honesty, I need to cut myself off. But in all honesty, it's been awesome to have you. It's great to have you part of the family. Jojo, there are a lot of things that run through my mind. I think of what to say to you. We never had the closest relationship when we were younger because you always were convinced you could beat me in sports. Because I was the closest sibling, but I was always 3.5 years older than you, so I always killed you. And then you hated me and you hated Kevin, and that's understandable. But I remember at the aforementioned GW frat party I went to, which by the way was a great time, very lovely people. I walked through the door, and there was one guy who turned around. And he looked at me and he just pointed and said, "You look like Melvin." That was literally the first thing that was mentioned. And it's one of those very small things, but it's weird because my chest puffed out a little bit, right? Because I know who you are, and I never met any of these people, but I knew how much they loved you. And I knew that being your brother would put me at another level socially in this party that I was too old to be attending. So that really meant the world to me, and it was when you went away for OCS for 12 weeks, and you missed out on me proposing to Mads, and us going on that weekend together. It's sort of like it was a fantastic time, but there was something missing, and you were missing, right? And we couldn't talk to you on the phone, I couldn't talk to you in person, we wrote letters to each other, but it was just like at that moment, that's when I realized how important you were. I'm very happy for you, and I love you to death, and good luck with everything. And like everyone to raise a glass that I conveniently don't have in my hand. Thank you.
There we go.
Right. So I'd like to raise a glass to the best couple in the room, Joseph and Jamie Caldwell. All right, many years of happiness and love. Oh.
Cheers.
Thank you very much, fellas. And what's happening next? Well, we're inviting you all to go inside in the room that's going to serve as the ballroom. That was the room where the hors d'oeuvres were, the dips and the cheese and all that. That is now going to be the ballroom and the dance room. What's going to happen in there is we're going to be cutting the cake, having a couple of special dances, and then